Show Spot Podcast. We're back for another week.
Sure are.
How have you been, Sam?
I have been wonderful.
Yeah?
So good. This pandemic isn't affecting me at all.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
I couldn't get out of bed yesterday, but my bed is soft.
Yeah, I know that much.
So
there we go.
But listen, we have some special friends with us here today.
We do. I'm so excited.
Without any further ado, we have the Dubblebubz.
Woo! Kat and Dare from the Dubblebubz. Introduce yourselves, guys.
Hi, Sam and Cam.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
First of all, thank you so much for inviting us.
Oh, of course.
We're so psyched about this.
Yeah.
So stoked to have you here.
Super happy to have you guys.
Yeah. I've been wanting to.
I'm Derek.
Sorry. Go.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, yeah, for those who are listening at home, we're also battling the the Zoom call delay. Yeah. So this should be fun.
Yeah.
Look, man, we'll do our best.
No. Yeah. It's totally fun. This is how we say, like, the problems you have to face living in today's pandemic society.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna take it day by day.
Yeah. But introduce yourselves. Go
Please.
ahead.
Derek.
Oh, I go first. Okay. So, yeah. I'm Derek,
I'm Kat.
and we're the Bubs. We're on the Dubblebubz Twitch channel,
That's right.
and
We're just about the goofs.
The goofs and
just
the
goofing
gaffs.
and gaffing.
Goofing and gaffing.
And the good
Yeah.
feelings.
The purveyor of the
Going
jokes.
for the laugh riot.
Yes. Causing a real laugh riot.
Yes.
It was dangerous.
It's true. I didn't expect that many ambulances to show up. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
But I'm super excited to have you guys on. Ever since I started, first of all, I should say that we met through our mutual friend Cal, who
Yes.
That's right.
found our streams through our Nancy Drew Secret of Shadow Ranch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And then he introduced me to you guys, and then I was like, Cam, there are these Twitch streamers. They're exactly like us, except cuter.
Cuter, funnier, and more successful.
No.
Oh my gosh.
But I just I've been itching to really talk with you guys for the longest time. I feel so bad. I want to I have to reel myself in every time I'm in your streams because I want to capitalize on your attention and just talk to you. And then I'm like, Sam, this is a community.
Yeah.
They talk to other people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'm so happy.
Notice
Oh, no.
me.
We love that. Just talk as much as you want. Don't reel yourself in. Let it all
Oh,
out.
thank you.
That's
Let it all out.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for that diarrhea of the typing.
Yeah, right.
I will poop all
Don't-
over your
no
all over your
censorship.
chat now that I have your permission.
Gonna take just a big one all over the chat.
Just a big fat
Big
dump.
verbal dialect, just text.
I thought you were about to say I'm gonna poop all over your chest.
That's the big takeaway. We love diarrhea.
That's
Oh,
true.
that's
Do you hear that, everybody? Dubblebubz loves diarrhea. It's a chill spot exclusive.
Chill Spot exclusive. I mean, speaking of how much you love diarrhea, Dare, you just recently got over some stuff.
What a segue.
That was the perfect segue.
What a beautiful transition.
Yes,
Yeah.
Derek just had a recent bout with salmonella.
Tell me, Leah, here, give me a second and I'll tell you all about the poops that I've been having. No, dude, I've never had anything like salmonella before. I kept telling Kat, it felt like I was walking around with 10 pounds of
Oh my
rocks in my
God.
stomach. It was the weirdest the weirdest sensation. And then fortunately I've been dropping some of those rocks off the toilet over the days.
Yeah.
And
Thank
now,
God.
now I got a pound. I feel like I legitimately have been losing weight though, because you get no appetite when you have salmonella.
Yeah, you're just pooping and throwing
Zero-
up. I
yeah,
mean,
dude.
it's
It's been
Wow.
rough.
This is an 18+
But-
podcast, just so you all know. We
No.
we make no qualms
Yeah.
about
Okay.
when you come to
Okay.
Yeah,
us
Okay.
we're allowed to say fuck. It's okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
and poop. It's allowed.
Okay,
It's
good.
allowed.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
and poop.
But did
Yeah.
you give it to
Did
yourself
you
with something that you cooked, or is there is there a blame? Is there a goat? Is there a goat we can scape?
Man, here, let me just, for anybody listening, a little bit of advice. If you get something from a gas station, do
Oh
not.
man!
No gas station supplements. Don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Just don't put it in your
No.
mouth.
Don't
What do you?
trust it.
But I'm curious then. What, did you find out what okay? So
Was
what?
it like an egg salad sandwich?
Yeah,
or
really.
like-
Can I get one of those hot dogs? How long have they been in there? Couple months? Yeah, put it in the bun. I want it. Yeah.
yeah.
No. So I'm as a recovering addict. One thing that I did to drop off the opiates. No worries. Was taking kratom, which is like a plant from Southeast Asia, and we like run out. We had like this crazy snowstorm, and so I just went to like the closest place that had it, which is like a gas station around the corner.
It's like a gas station / dump.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's like a gas station food.
We have
place.
those.
It's got all
We have
sorts
those in
of
Canada,
crazy
except
shit
it's
in
gas station / Tim Hortons, and I'm not kidding.
Yeah, really.
So it was like one of those things. I'm waiting like a day or two for something to come in the mail.
For
Hasn't
like
come yet.
an actual like certified kratom product.
Yeah.
And this one
Not
was
certified.
Was not
No
certified.
way,
Not
No.
FDA approved.
Yeah.
It was
Not
not well
good.
certified to give me fucking
Yeah.
salmonella
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's the one
Apparently.
guarantee
So
on the back of the
warning,
bottle.
That's oh man, that sucks, dude. It sucks that it's something that you rely on. I thought you maybe just had like one of those 7-Eleven taquitos that are
Yeah.
like touch and go on a certain day depending on which one you go to.
Yeah, really.
No, it was
Yeah,
like, no,
yeah.
I honest to goodness need this and I need this to work, and it
Yeah.
gave me salmonella. and
That's
it's,
terrible.
It's a cruel.
yeah, that's exactly right.
I mean, it was a bunch of stuff because you know how like USP
Mm.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
had like basically a blizzard. It was just like a whole bunch of things kind of combined.
yeah.
Where I was like, well, shit. Guess I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet. And turns out the bullet is
Yeah,
salvage.
wow.
Yeah. We're never gonna let you do that again.
No, never.
Never
For
again.
sure.
Never
I mean,
again.
it's kind of funny when you think about it, because when I obviously I felt terrible when I heard you've had salmonella, because that's something horrible to deal with.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's like that's not one of the fun sicknesses where you get to stay in bed and be sick, you know, where it's like, oh, I
Yeah.
feel bad, but day off.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm fighting to like
Yeah.
keep everything inside of me.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yes.
one of those. But I have to admit, like when I heard you got salmonella, I was like, the first thing that goes to mind is like, well, was Dare eating like raw chicken or something? Like
Having some of that
Right.
chicken
Yeah,
sashimi
yeah,
that's making the waves.
yeah, a little blue chicken, you know.
Yeah, some people on our Discord were like, "Dare, is he licking
Oh, no.
fish again?
Stop.
He's licking
Yeah.
bad
Oh
fish.
my god.
You fish licker."
Stop. I am a dirty fish licker. I sure
That's what they
am.
call you, Dare Dirty Fish Licker.
It's on your driver's license.
It's legal.
That's actually not
It's a family name. It's a family name.
You know, lots of hair.
Derek.
Yeah.
Dirty fish licker, Dubblebubz.
That's-
We come from a long line of fish lickers. We licked fish all throughout World War II, and you know, we made our contribution to society.
You think we'd be immune to salmonella by now, but no.
No, famously never got over it. Never got over it. But
But
we're happy that you're feeling better. man.
yes,
Surprisingly.
so happy to hear that you're feeling better.
Yeah.
But a common denominator with us is I actually thought this was kind of funny. So a common denominator between the two of us is our good buddy Cal, who moderates your streams as well as moderates our streams.
Yes.
And I had a funny experience where I popped in to lurk to one of your streams and I saw Cal doing his thing, and like for a split second, it was almost like watching someone cheat on you. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but seriously, I was like, oh my, he's doing so well, but like, he's
Not
not a
with us.
moderator.
You get that like jealous friend vibe.
It's for like a split second. I
Yeah.
was like, then I was like, oh wait,
Oh yeah,
wait,
yeah.
it's like
Oh,
Cal's
yeah.
job. Hey, Cal. I'd love to, but we don't.
Oh yeah, it's so real though. It's so real.
It is. It's weird. It's like you walked into the mall and somebody from your friend group is like hanging out with
Yes.
some
Yes.
other random friend group.
And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh, I was.
about
You guys,
that.
you guys hanging out? Oh,
Why didn't anybody call me?
yeah.
I guess if you're happy, it's
Yeah.
like fine, but
Which, of course, by the way, absolutely love you, Cal. But we've had the very similar thing because like our, the community that we're in, because we're doing like adventure games. We play a bunch of Nancy Drew
Nancy
stuff.
Drew games.
It's
yeah.
a small community,
And it's all intertwined. Everybody is
Oh,
like
it's very insular.
together, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like we had the same exact thing early on where like you'd go into somebody else's chat and it's like one of our mods
Yeah.
is somebody else's.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa. You're my mod, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then like, fortunately, we've been exposed to it so often.
That, like,
so
oh,
much
it's
that
normal.
now I don't-
Okay,
It's like,
yeah.
oh yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
That's totally
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
It's one of those like, things you don't expect as a streamer. Like,
I know.
The emotional
come up.
discord of having your mod be many different
so
mods.
fortunately-
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for this emotional weight. I just wanted to play video
Exactly.
games.
Exactly.
I came here to play video games. But this is so cool. Okay. I hope you don't mind. But I have so many questions. Like, we don't have to get through like all of them. This isn't like the Barbara Walters interview at all. Like, we don't need to like nail.
Ooh,
We
I
don't
like
have to
the
like
sound
hit
of
every
that.
nail on its head. But like, I have so many questions about you guys. So, I'm gonna start.
Get in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. I'm excited.
First of all,
I'm
what's your
excited.
love story?
Oh,
I want to
very
know
sweet.
because I know that you guys are like, well, you're
Oh.
betrothed and are cuffed up, as the kids say.
Cuffed up.
And I like you're both so lovely, and I know like a little bit. I know that like Dare had to like let some things go and like leave a life behind to like be with Kat, and it's just like I just want to know the whole story. So like, how did you meet? What was your first date like?
Well, yeah. Let's let them answer the question before you ask more questions.
I'm just trying to give context. Anyways, but when did you start dating?
love
and
it.
just like give me the
No,
whole story.
I love it.
I want the whole biography.
Okay, so how old was I? I was 16. I was 16 when I met you, and well, let's see, how many years older are you?
And I would have been either 19,
19 or 20. I think you were 19.
I would have been
turning
19.
on 20.
I
yeah.
would have been 19.
So, our mutual friend. So my friend was the bassist for
My
Okay.
band.
for
Cool.
Derek's band. And it's one summer and we're all bored, and Pat's like, that's the bassist. He's like, why don't you come see my band play? So we're like, all right, whatever. We got nothing else going on. So that's how we met at one of his shows in Trenton at like a
At
shitty
some
little
awful
bar.
dude. We were playing like the nastiest gigs. We played some shitty, which is funny because it's the same bar that we played with Wheatus.
Get out,
Oh,
teenage
Wheatus. Yeah, you guys
dirtbag!
know
Remember that?
Wheatus?
Get the
Teenage
fuck out of
dirtbag.
here!
That is so
Yeah.
fucking cool.
Oh my god!
So that was down the road.
One of my favorite like old time jokes, inside jokes, is like, oh, what are they just gonna play Teenage Dirtbag 10 times
It
over
is.
the whole set?
I would show up for that gig though. I would show
Oh,
up
you
for
kidding me?
that.
Of course.
It would have been a better gig if they did. But
But it's so funny. Like,
But yeah, so I played guitar and I sang in this band, and then we played our set because she was cool enough to come out and see us. And afterwards, we were talking in the crowd, and
wait till you hear Dare's moves,
Please.
his icebreakers.
Well, no, I introduced myself. She says she's Cat, and I go Cat like.
Rare.
Yeah.
Like cat, and I'm like, yeah.
Oh my god!
Wait a
Like
second.
that.
She told you her name was
Yeah.
Kat, and you went. "Meow."
Yeah.
Hang on, that's going in the
did.
bank.
I fucking did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll write that one down.
God.
I did.
It gets better. It gets better.
What do you mean?
What you said at what was it, Ruby
Okay.
Tuesdays
So,
afterwards?
Yeah. After the show, we had like a ritual where like we would all get together and
Eat some
usually
food. Yeah.
we'd get food. Oftentimes it was at like some shitty diner, but this particular time we went to Ruby Tuesdays because another member of the band was trying to hook up with a bartender. They're
Whoa.
married
Oh,
now with a
sick.
kid.
Oh,
Important.
So everybody was like finding the one like around this time.
Yeah.
Um,
The season of love for sure.
but we're sat at the table, and I don't even remember
I'm
what the
I'm sitting next to
setup
my
was.
best friend at the time, and I can't remember, but Dare goes and he goes, "You two," like this, and
You
he does
two
this,
are gonna end up tied up in my trunk tonight.
and everybody just went quiet.
Wait, what?
And we were like, Dare, really? Are you serious? And everyone just like bursts
Oh my
out
God.
laughing. Like, you're insane, dude.
I don't remember what the there was like a setup to it. There was a reason I was talking about kidnapping.
I do
you.
not
It was
remember
like
the setup.
we were like on the topic, I think, or something of
I
like
don't
kidnapping.
think so.
And that's
I don't think
it
so.
was like I don't remember, dude. It's a long time ago. This is like 10 years ago.
But
Yeah, I was
this
about
is
to say
this.
the pinky and index
like,
finger.
Not like you two. You two.
Yeah.
Not like you.
It's
the
like,
first-
yeah, we rock. Also, you two in my trunk tonight. Like, it's a party.
And that was the first time Kat ever had to time out Dare.
Yeah. yeah.
Exactly, dude.
But like,
Exactly.
I've always loved like really like, you know, I love the class clown
Okay.
type of guy. That was always my type. And that was Dare, very clearly from the beginning.
Yeah.
Very loud and brash, and just
Me?
like firing off jokes every second, like you know.
Nah, dude, no way. Not
So
me.
so yeah, that definitely clicked
I
pretty
yeah.
fast.
Wow.
Yeah, and
That's
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
understand. What you just described was like every single Pete Wentz Quizilla fanfic I read when I was a teenager. It's like your friend walks up to you and you're like, "Hey, come see this band that I know," and
The
then you
band
look
is
up.
Fallout Boy.
And you look up and they're headlining Wheatus, and then you fall in love with him and he does some
Yeah,
cheesy
yeah.
pickup line. Then you go out to some like American diner like Ruby Tuesdays or TGI Fridays
exactly.
afterwards and like hit it off and fall in love and
Yeah.
live happily
Exactly.
ever after.
And he threatens to tie you up and put you in the trunk.
Yeah, yeah.
naturally.
And you're just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
all right.
I could deal with that.
This one, Twitch channel, the rest of my life.
it was clearly a goof. It was
Clearly a goof.
clearly
yeah,
a goof.
yeah.
I did not come off as the kidnapping type. I hope.
No,
I think so.
Your comedy style is just clearly outrageous, and
Yeah.
that's my favorite thing about
So
you,
then like how did the first date kind of like get introduced?
first date?
Well, the first time we like hung out, just us, it was that same guy, Pat. It was his birthday.
Oh my god, that's
and
right.
So we hung out. We went to
Sick.
some
Ooh, cool.
hibachi place, and I still have the shirt.
Yeah,
It doesn't fit me anymore because
but
I'm
I can't.
chubby.
I'm
you
very
know.
sentimental, so I will not let
Aw,
him
that's
get
so
rid
sweet.
of like that shirt and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I have both. I have the shirt from the gig that we met and the shirt from our first date, but it's got a hole in the sleeve. I'm sorry, in this sleeve. And she kept fingering the hole of the sleeve and like blowing it up more and more and more.
Aw.
So fucking stop it. But then we
But
went back to
your
my
house,
place
and we watched.
Oh, great
Will-
movie.
the Will Ferrell movie.
That was the first time we
Oh.
held hands and kissed.
Oh, it's getting real
so-
Oh
serious.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Will
Chill spot
Ferrell
after
on the
dark over
tube,
here.
hand in hand.
Will Ferrell movies, by the way, are the perfect movies to not watch while you're like trying to like kiss your date or like more.
Yeah, get it on.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to keep it Disney, but like
Oh, you started out this podcast saying you're 18 plus.
I know. I know.
now you're like,
Yeah.
oh, but I don't want to say
Oh,
that
we were
they
trying to
kissed on
hook it up.
camera.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like we didn't sleep together. We didn't do anything past like.
Well, that's the other
yeah,
thing too. I
kiss,
didn't want to
make
be
out,
like,
whatever.
yeah, like
but we
then
wanted to.
they fuck.
Yeah,
When, like
exact-
that's literally not what happened.
Yeah, I'm sure our friends here would love, like, yeah,
Really
come on our
gave it
podcast.
to
We
her.
chill and hang out. So, what was your first sexual experience like? You know, like, I don't think that's necessarily
Yeah, no.
what we're going
Yeah.
for.
No pressure to bring that up.
Come on, Cam. You know the answer to that is embarrassing.
You know, on that note, though, I'm sure the four of us, we're not going to go into detail or nothing, but is it possible to have a genuinely good first sexual experience? I don't think it is.
I hope so. I don't know. I've read a couple of like, you know,
And I don't mean bad or anything. I don't mean like overtly negative. I just mean like Derek just said, like
No.
embarrassing, awkward.
Yeah.
Like
But
there's
it's-
always these sort of
yeah.
like, no one knows what you're doing. Everyone's trying to pretend like you know what you're doing.
Right, right,
No.
yeah.
You know?
It never lives up to expectation.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a fucking
It's
That is a
not-
fucking
yeah.
myth. Yeah.
That's just like something that the movies.
Yeah.
That's something like the movies tell you that like your first time's gonna be this magical thing and it's gonna change your entire life. And,
And
it's
it's
really
like-
the first time it's like
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
you know
You
you're
look-
a 2-pump chump.
You
like
look back on it and you're like, ugh.
dog, you already know. Like there's No, I honestly, at least if you have sex when people typically
Yeah.
have sex, like that age, I don't think you're emotionally mature enough to be able to have like a really super meaningful,
Yeah.
like incredible, like good first
You
time.
can definitely
Yeah.
like care for each other. Like
Maybe
you
as
can
an adult.
certainly like you can like
Mhm.
this wasn't my experience, but you can like have sex for the first time with somebody who gives a shit about you. But like
Yeah.
yeah, and
Oh,
then like
definitely.
that makes it like
That's
a
a
nice
thing.
experience to look back on.
Right.
But if it's not that, it's just
Yes,
embarrassing.
Yeah,
definitely.
you know, you're
Yeah.
you're flopping around and you're
Yeah.
like, I don't even know. Like, as a
Yeah.
dude, you sort of discover that there's many options, and you're like, whoa, I thought there was like 2 max.
Yeah, no, for sure. But
options.
yeah, so you guys, you watch old school.
Anyway, enough of that gross shit.
Anyways, now that we've insinuated that you fuck,
This is the Chill Spot podcast experience where Sam
Oh
asks
my
something
goodness.
evocative and cute, and I ruin it by being disgusting.
yeah, it's part of
That's
why
about right.
it's
That's
part of
our
why I saw
dynamic,
you
too.
guys and was like, yeah, we get along.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yes.
so
Clearly, I'm the gross one.
I was gonna say, as soon as Kat hit that first time out, I was like, oh yeah, I need this button for Cam, please.
Oh
God.
yeah.
I
Are you kidding?
actually think we have it so like you could like I know that's a goof that we do on the stream.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There it is.
Yeah.
On video.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
I'm so happy that we have an example
When I
of
go
that.
too far.
That's incredible.
When I go too far, we
Yeah,
get our
I can
little
press it.
gradient timeout where
Yeah.
I have to be quiet and nobody can see me because I'm in the shame corner.
Actually, I've always wanted to know when you're in timeout, and like, feel free if this is like the secret that you
Yeah.
want to
Are we
keep.
like pulling back the curtain?
Yeah,
Like-
but like when she puts you in timeout, do you just like I imagine that you immediately just go like,
He sits here like this
okay,
and stares at me the whole time.
I'll usually just sulk and I
Stare
try
at me the
I
whole
try and
time.
fuck with her as much as I
Yeah.
can so
Okay.
that she has trouble streaming without me.
okay,
So she'll take me
okay.
out.
I'm so glad that you like do something because I was like, it would be so weird if he just stopped.
Shuts off.
A bottle of water, like phone,
Like
like
robotic. Yeah.
Just like went through it.
No.
Yeah, exactly,
No,
Derek.
he-
Exactly.
That's what I do
completely
the
tuned
entire
out.
time. Actually, yeah, it
1,000
just
yard
unplug
stare.
my brain.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
it's like someone pulls the key out of Dare's back and just like he just
Yeah.
like goes still.
And then I have to wind him back up.
Yeah.
There's a snake in my boot. That's exactly what happens.
But no, he pouts at me. He pouts at me.
Yeah,
That's adorable.
Well, I'm glad that he like does something. That's so now I'm gonna imagine that face like whenever he is in timeout, just like Dare like
Yep,
I thought
that's
it was
exactly what he does. Yeah.
yeah.
People in the chat thought it was funny.
But then
Yeah.
I guess my
That's
next question for
exactly
you. Sorry.
No, yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly what he answered.
So I guess my next question for you guys is kind of like how did the Twitch channel come about? Like, and you guys are a little bit different from us in the sense that like you're in it for wholesome reasons.
Well,
we
no.
eventually want to like grow and make
I'm sure they do as well.
make money and have like a whole operation. Yeah, no, totally. But you guys like you have your community and people make friends within your community and you just kind of foster that. So like what was the conversation when you guys sat down and were like, I think I want to start a Twitch channel. Like I think it would work out. Like how did that come about?
Yeah, well, first, a couple years ago, Dare was really interested in it, and he actually like made a Twitch handle and everything. And a few months went by, nothing really was made of it.
Over a year went by.
And then after dinner one night, we were like, "Hey, you want to stream some Nancy Drew tonight? Like low press?" And that's really where it started.
And we did. We got our first follower, who is now a mod of the channel.
Yeah, shout
Amazing.
out
First
Kelly.
viewer, Kelly
Shout out
Monster.
Kelly.
Oh, cool. I see Kelly all
Um,
the time in the
Yeah.
In real life.
in Discord.
In
Yeah.
the chat.
Through her window. Yeah.
Life,
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, yeah. So this is, I guess, it would be maybe 3.5 years ago, almost now, where I wanted to stream, and yeah. So I made all the stuff online, and I had really bad anxiety about it. Like that whole thing in your head that tells you like, why the fuck would anybody want to watch you? Like, you're not funny, you're not interesting, like you're not any good at anything at all because you're an awful pice of shit. Just normal stuff.
Oh no.
Yeah. Speaker dare.
I had that today, so
Yeah.
So you know what I'm talking about.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a bit before, like, it was one of those things where I was like, well, maybe I'll do it today, and then I wouldn't do it. And then I would talk about doing it, and I wouldn't do it. And Kat was really cool, where she got me a capture card,
Webcam.
and webcam, so that I could
Yeah.
Instead of just doing because I was playing a lot of like PS4 stuff at the time, instead of like only being able to stream PC stuff. So that I could stream console stuff, and that's actually still the capture card that we use for any console stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
I
didn't know
but
that.
and I still like I just wouldn't do it. She was super supportive, never like pressured me or anything. But leading up to that Nancy Drew stream, we were talking about it, about like I really wanted to do it, and my anxiety just wouldn't let me. And then that's when she was like, well, like, I want to play Nancy Drew. Like,
why don't we just pop on stream?
Why don't we do it together?
See what happens. And then it was so fun after the first time that we just kept doing it.
And the rest is history. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it just snowballed, you know what I mean?
And it'll be 2 years next month.
Yes.
2 years.
We have a whole party planned and stuff.
Can't wait.
March 8th, 2019.
That's when we started.
Was our first
Your Twitchiversary.
March 8th.
Are you marking the calendar now?
Exactly.
I was just going to say, like, what day is that? What are we doing that day? Oh, it's a Monday.
I can tell you what we're doing that day. We're watching the anniversary stream.
We're watching the Dubblebubz
anniversary
stream. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's happening.
That's exactly what we're going to be doing that day.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that. It's cool. 2 years. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
been
so
really fun.
different. It's so different from that first time.
For sure.
Streamed. Like, we were on the laptop.
Oh yeah, it's so funny if you look at
shit.
We have like recordings of it, and it's just like sounds and looks so horrible.
So bad.
Oh my god.
You should definitely like put it up on the anniversary stream and be like, look
For
how
sure.
far we've come.
But that is,
Yeah, I
I
got
have to
something
say
for that.
though, as far as Twitch streaming and like content creation goes, I think that's my favorite part of it. Is like looking back and being like, remember when this was like, this looks so good.
Yeah.
And then like how far you've come.
Yeah.
You know, and like adding new things, like,
like I have a picture of Cam on my phone because so like I do this thing for like birthdays and anniversaries where like I'll take random pictures of Cam throughout the year just to kind of be like, this is what life is like with Cam.
yeah, blackmail, yeah.
And and one of the pictures is from like back when like before we had the studio and we just had like command hooks that we hung blankets up on with a prayer kind of, and like
we
a
built
Yeti
like
microphone.
a large blanket fort,
Yeah.
which sort of encapsulated us.
I love that.
Yeah.
I have to.
I was looking at it and like we were on like your couch in the basement. Like no, we didn't have like these chairs, and I was like, wow, like we really went from like A to B, you know, with this whole thing. It's like so rewarding to be like, oh, like we grew and we got better and stuff.
And I'm sure you guys can echo this sentiment as well, but adding new elements to streams, like we actually just the other day added an accessibility option for captions, which I didn't realize was possible, but someone, Cal actually, recommended we check it out. And like, it's just, I can't quite describe the feeling, but when people log on and see there's something new and like interact with it and be like, oh, cool, something new, I'm always like, yes!
I know, yeah.
It's like a high.
I completely agree with that. I do all of the like computer stuff, so all the like the
tech
OBS,
stuff, yeah.
like adding stuff to the overlays and like the scenes and everything.
I
with
do
that.
not understand any of that. Dare will be like, I just got this new blah 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 with the blah 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 support system, and I'm like, static.
Okay.
Yeah. Whenever we're having tech issues, Cam will sit in his office chair like right over there, and I will sit in this exact chair looking at my phone, and in my head I literally think like, I'm just gonna wait for him to say oh. And then a couple minutes later, he says, "Oh, I figured it out." And I'm like, "Knew it."
Yeah.
I just had to sit here and I'll
That's
like scroll.
Exactly how it is for me too.
But the way you feel about the overlay stuff is the way I feel about all the craft stuff that you
like
make.
the stream store stuff. Yeah.
So we kind of have a division of labor where like that all of this like computer shit is my realm,
Yeah.
but all of the real world stuff is Kat.
I'm
And
the
that-
art department. You're the IT department.
Sure am.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful relationship though, because
Yeah.
because that's the kind of like duo dynamic that's needed for this kind of Twitch
Yeah.
streaming stuff, you know, because it's sort of the same here. Where, like Sam runs all of our social media and is more active in the Discord than I am, but you are.
Some days.
But yeah, it's a split thing, but I handle most of the tech stuff, and like I think that's fine though. Like
Yeah.
it's cool to have it split up that way.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's cool to have like someone to go to
Yeah.
with something. Be like, okay, I think this is more of a Cam department, or I think this is more of a Sam department. Can you like
Yeah.
handle
Yeah.
this? It's like that even balance of personalities that I think is what makes us so great.
Yeah, it does. It makes it unique, and it brings something else to it. Like, I think so.
Yeah, like anything, you know, two
Yeah.
heads
Absolutely.
are better than one. So we do have a lot of times where
yeah.
like she'll come to me with something about the stream, or you know, I'll come to her, and you know, whether we end up finding it like on our own or the other person, like it definitely helps a lot to have somebody to bounce the stream shit
Yeah.
off of, because
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it's cool because like Kat was thinking about doing like an Etsy store at one point, and then we had been streaming for a little bit,
The
and it
stream
was
store
like,
kind of replaced that for me.
yeah, it was like, well, why don't instead like we do all of these like items that you're like making, we put
Mhm.
them in the stream store as like prizes and like things that people can redeem just
Mhm.
like by hanging out and stuff.
Yeah, and it's so fun. It's so fun.
And so that's like a problem, you know, that's like a solution that wouldn't come to if it wasn't like two people kind of like doing their own thing, but then also using it to support the stream. Like,
exactly.
there's a lot of stuff.
Totally.
Like
And I think I have enough. I think I just got enough channel points to redeem a Nancy Drew card pack. So like I want to
Yo.
enter
Yes.
I want to enter the trading card realm.
Yes.
Soon.
Take the
Soon.
deep dive.
Yeah. For those who aren't familiar, Kat, so for fans of the Chill Spot podcast, y'all know that I love the Nancy Drew point and click adventure games made by Her Interactive. I've been playing them since I was a kid.
Who doesn't?
And
Yeah.
Those
when
games are great.
Cal introduced me to the Dubblebubz, he was like, they're great. They play Nancy Drew games all of the time. And Kat makes these fantastic trading cards. She made a literal trading card system
Yeah.
all by herself
This is so cool, by the way.
with people and things from the Nancy Drew computer games throughout the entire series. And I every once in a while, I'll like lurk through the Nancy Drew trading card channel on their Discord. And it literally is a tried and true trading card system.
yeah.
Like
It's so cool.
Some people have baseball cards. We have
Yes.
Nancy Drew trading cards, and people will be like, I have like a Big Island Mike. Do you have like a Miles the Magnificent
Yep.
memory
Yep.
machine? Like it's so incredible. I can't fucking believe that you like. It's just I just can't believe no
Thank
one's
you
done it
so
already. I
much.
can't believe Her Interactive hasn't done it already. They
Whoops.
fucked up.
They did
like
fuck up.
They
it's
done
just
goofed.
like
They done
you
goofed.
are. They really goofed, and it's like, you know, they made Midnight in Salem, and it fucking sucked. And
Call it how it is.
they're currently scrambling to try and save their brand, save their
Yeah.
company. And I'm like, this is the thing. I can't believe that fans are making things that Her Interactive really should have thought
Yeah.
of before.
And it's a high
and they're
quality,
not
too.
smart enough to do on their
Yeah.
own right now. Like no tea, no shade, but also like all tea, all shade.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But the fan base and like your trading cards, Kat, are like the perfect example of
thank
this.
you.
Are just like it's something that a professional game dev or like brand manager or somebody working at a company should have come up
Yeah.
with, but like you, the fan, just like did it yourself.
Yeah.
And they're good quality cards. Like
Well-
it's not like you just fucking like print them out on construction paper and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you stick glue them to a fucking thing, like some cardboard. It's not made out of cereal boxes. They're
Yeah.
like glossy, like
I was gonna say,
nice cards.
I kind of had a bit of a sort of like evolution with like, you know, when I first introduced you guys, it was like, oh, it's cool, they stream Nancy Drew, that's awesome, they got a Discord, they get fun people, this is cool. And you're like, they also do this trading card thing, and you brought up the
Yes.
Nancy Drew trading cards, and I thought it was like something that Her Interactive had done that you guys had sort of latched onto and been like, let's get this through our community.
Yeah.
Then you're like, no, Kat makes them.
Yes.
And I was like, what?
Yes.
And there's over like 500 different cards.
It's
now.
so cool.
There's rare cards, like there's like common cards and rare cards and like elite cards. Like
rarity
there's like
system.
a
It's
system,
amazing.
and it's like it all comes from Kat's brain. It's
Thank
fucking
you.
incredible.
So
and
cool.
I can't wait for my
Thank
first
you.
booster pack.
I can't
I'm
wait
so
to send
excited.
you one either. It's definitely like I get a thrill out of whenever someone opens one and I see what they get. You know, I live vicariously. Like, oh, what character did you get? You know, it's
We'll send you one on the house for having us
yeah.
on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh no! That's so
thank you so much. I
unnecessary.
mean, I appreciate it for sure. You know, we actually, it's funny, Sam. If you get into Kat's Nancy Drew card packs,
Yeah.
you have no right
Yeah,
to
I know,
shit
I
on
know,
me
I know, I know.
for wanting to
I
get
know,
into
I know,
Pokemon cards. Okay,
I know.
It's so good.
no right.
I give Cam a lot of shit because he's a stuff collector.
I'm a collector.
Like
yeah.
when we first started dating, because we started dating in university, and he was living in my town because we went to university in my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
I went over to his house, and he had what was essentially like a pop-up table.
Yeah.
And it was like computer, keyboard, mouse, Funko Pops.
Yeah, I had a problem with
The
Funko
whole
Pop figures
thing was
for a
just
long time.
Funko Pops, and I saw it, and I was like, I'm gonna have to be the bitch girlfriend who throws out all of your collectibles. 'cause
This
there's-
is your life,
there's
baby.
just too much
Wow,
shit.
this is-
There's just too
this
much
is too
fucking
funny.
shit. And then I went to his house. Like his childhood home, and he has an armoire, and on top of the armoire, more amiibos, like fucking amiibos. And I was
No.
like, oh my fucking
This shelf?
God.
Tame.
Oh,
Literally like a taste. Like a corner of a taste of the shit that he has. So whenever
Hey,
he like
it's
buys another
stuff.
thing. Whenever he buys
Stuff.
another thing, I'm like, great,
oh my
more
God,
shit.
That's so funny.
But here I am
Stuff.
wanting
Say
trading
that.
cards.
No, yeah, but I've
We
yeah.
have a similar
Yeah.
dynamic.
But no, I think
I'm the
Yeah.
stuff collector, and there's like
I'm like hyper practical usually.
Yes,
Usually.
yes.
Now I get into
Mm.
like, when I get into something, I'm like laser focused on it and I like
Mhm.
obsess over it. But
Mhm.
I'm not like a collector. Like I have most of the things that I own can fit in my hatchback. Like
oh, not me. Like it is a like I definitely got that from my mom. She was a collector too, so it's like it's hard to let go of things. I put nostalgic like stuff on things. So
yeah,
Yeah.
Kat's a very sentimental
Yeah,
person.
and-
Like, so is that something? Would you say, Cam, that you're like kind of sentimental?
See, it's funny. Growing up, I definitely was. Like, someone would give me a gift, or like, I'd get like a toy from my mom when I was a kid, and like I would still have that forever. But then what it evolved into as I got more nerdy growing up, it would just be like being obsessed with the idea of having collector's items.
yeah.
Like rare and cool things. Like, okay, one of the coolest things I own, and like you actually agree with me on this, is someone for like my 15th birthday got me this special edition Cheese Whiz jar that looks like Mario from like the 90s
Yo.
or something. And it's the most obscure. It's garbage, is what it is. It's literal. It's a
trash.
clean
I
Cheese
bet
Whiz
that goes
jar.
for, like,
Yeah.
It's
crazy
garbage.
amounts
Supposed to
on
eat the
eBay.
cheese whiz and then throw it out.
Oh, but that's what I'm saying, right? Like, I think that is so cool. I have like a piece of history.
No, you told me that you looked it up, and it's actually worth something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's
It's a
yeah.
collector's item, and
Yeah.
it's something I'll never get rid of.
Yeah.
because it's just like one of my friends who knew me well enough at the time was like, Cameron is gonna love this Cheese Whiz jar.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like,
And that's a good friend.
and from there on in, because in high school, I won't go into the whole thing because we've talked about it before.
That got me.
I'm glad his friend was like, "You see this piece of trash? Cam would love this."
And I did.
And you did.
I loved the shit out of it. But then from then, it all just became
It's
about like
Mario-shaped garbage.
collecting
okay?
sets.
It's Mario-shaped garbage.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. If you wanted to get me a crumpled up piece of paper that I could unfurl into like a picture of Mario, I'd be like,
Yep,
I'm gonna put that
yep.
on the shelf here.
Oh my
I'll hang it
God,
right here,
yep,
just below
yep.
Spider-Man. But yeah, it definitely moved from sentimentalness to like eventually just like loving having cool stuff. And then as you collect, you find out that things come in
Yes.
sets, and completing the set is kind of like a part of the clout
Yes.
of collecting,
Yeah,
right?
it's a drug.
It's the drug, exactly
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You're like, I gotta get this final thing, and it's the hardest thing to find. And if I can find it, well then,
Yep.
and you never
Oh my
finish the
God,
sentence.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. I'm actually going through a collection phase right now of vintage Bratz dolls, like the original Bratz dolls.
Yo,
Oh.
I saw you asking about Bratz in the Discord the other day. If anybody was like into Bratz, first of all, the term vintage Bratz pisses me off
or like retro.
that was like my era.
Yeah, me too. It's
Yeah.
sentimental for me because it's like, well, what would you call it? Like 2001, like whatever that is. Like,
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
but
20 years.
it was yesterday. Stop it.
Yeah, I'm like recollecting like the toys of my childhood, and it's just like it's so fun. It's so fun.
Yeah, she's really been getting a lot of enjoyment.
It's
Yeah.
so much fun. I love if I had more time and money, I'd still be way
Yeah.
into collecting. But as I'm sure you both fully understand, it can be
Oh, it
very
can, yeah.
expensive
Yeah.
to
And,
collect
like,
things, especially a certain
Yeah,
type of
part of
thing.
it for me is like I
Extremely.
love like the bidding and like the like trying to get the best deal, like the cheapest deal on something really rare.
Yeah,
It's
they're like
Yeah.
digging through the internet to
Oh,
find
yeah,
like, oh, that's a
hours.
steal.
like oh this like taking
Yeah.
advantage of people who don't know like how much something is worth.
Go-
Yeah, and you're like,
shit.
Yeah.
like you get something for like $50 that's like really worth like $3.50 or something like that. You're like, sucker.
Oh yeah.
Sucker.
You like find somebody's mom who was like cleaning out their childhood
Yes.
bedroom and like didn't even ask them if they
Yep.
could put this stuff up for sale, and they're like,
Yep.
I just want to get rid of this
Yep.
Bratz shit,
And you're
and
like-
it's like $15, and you're like, do you
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah, it's like, Mom, I had an Action Comics 1. That's $3.5 million. You know what I mean?
do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is that one of the things that you collect? Like comic books?
I would have loved to collect more comic books, but the thing I collected actually back in the day was old video games. Because I got really into like classic retro games. Actually, funny story, kind of mentioning what Kat just brought up. I once bought 20 Super Nintendo games off this guy for $100. He had Super Metroid, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, and like
Oh shit.
those three alone are like $60 each minimum.
Yeah.
So this guy really didn't know what he had, and I was 15 at the time. So I went. Part of you mentioned about like going on eBay and like doing like the bidding war. Like my favorite part was actually the Kijiji adventures of like.
Kijiji is just Canadian, but
Oh, is it
Kijiji
just Canadian?
Yeah, it's just Canadian, but it's like it's not like eBay because you don't bid, but it's a classifieds
Yeah,
website.
yeah,
You can
exactly.
sell anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
And like driving to a mysterious town, the town over, and buying some old video games and driving back. So about 2 weeks after I had bought them, I got a message from the guy, and I kicked myself. But in retrospect, I should have seen through this. But he was like, "Hey man, listen, I wasn't supposed to sell those games. I can give you back all your money. Like, please gotta have them back." And in my guppiness, I felt sorry for the guy, so I went and gave it back. I gave him back, and he gave my money back. In retrospect, he probably Googled how much they were worth and found out that I ripped them off.
And was like cursing himself.
Yeah, like I'll be honest with you, a small part of me was like, I wish I had a bit more of a spine, because then I'd still have those cool games.
Yeah.
But the other part of me was like, okay, if he's telling the truth, and some young kid actually did lose all of his games, like,
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy that's like in between that. Yeah.
yeah. But I was young and naive.
Yeah. When you told me that story, I was like, no, you have to be a cold-hearted bitch.
Yeah.
And find that kid and
I
laugh
would,
at his
like-
face. Yeah.
I deleted your Super Metroid sci file.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have I probably would have been like, look, man, you sold it to me.
It's a
Like,
done
don't-
deal.
I
don't
know.
what to tell you.
Like we exchanged money. Like the deal is done.
Yeah, I was
Right?
young.
Or
and
like you
naive.
should have sold them back to him for like what they're actually worth.
Oh,
I don't know what to
That's a
tell
good
you,
point.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, no,
yeah.
but
Honestly.
I don't
them back,
have
you
many.
know,
Sorry, Derek, go on. What were you saying?
Oh, that's why they're like, yo, if you want them back, like I was gonna sell these.
Yeah.
You gotta
That's
pay
a
me
good
what they're
point.
fucking worth.
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't
yeah,
know
you
what
can
to tell
give
you.
me an extra $300.
Yeah.
And you can
Welcome
have
to
these games
business. Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Exactly.
Welcome to the trade, baby. But yeah, no. But in retrospect, I definitely wish I had a bit more of a spine, because then I would have
You would
still
have
had
Chrono
these
Trigger,
awesome
yeah.
games. It's funny. 2 weeks after that, because there was this really cool where I live. There's this cool retro game store, and they had an in-box plastic sealed Chrono Trigger, and it was going for $400, and I was like,
Whoa.
Damn.
very upsetting.
Yeah.
But
I
you
mean,
live in
that
your
game
right.
is one of the best RPGs of all time. Though.
So
Like,
good, dude.
It's
Chrono Trigger is
easily-
amazing.
Easily
Yeah.
like top 3. For
Paved
me.
the way for all the future.
Yeah.
It's just
Games,
an
yeah.
incredibly fun game. It's still to this day.
Have you guys played it on stream?
Nah.
Mm-mm. That'd be a good one though.
That would be fun.
I was gonna say because you guys don't like stick to one like brain. You're not like just Nancy Drew or like just point and click. You do everything.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah, we try to branch out because we like all different kinds of video games. You know?
Yeah, we mostly have been doing like really like story-based games.
Yeah.
Because well, for I guess a couple of reasons. One, just because like who doesn't like a good
They're
story?
fun, yeah.
Totally.
Secondly, because they're a bit easier to like
Interact with
play
everybody.
the game, yeah, and still be really like engaging with all the people who are hanging out with us. But also just because it's like it's just fun to like we wanted to play Detroit Become Human and it murdered our computer, so I just got some new components
Some
so that
new
we can actually
equipment.
do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I saw you guys upgraded your computer. I'm jealous.
Yeah, man. Well, like that's funny because you know, with Cats Collecting, it's like she's like maybe spends a little bit of money like here and there, like all over.
Yeah.
But then for me, it was like, you know, I got to upgrade the motherboard to move past what I
God.
have for CPU.
Yes.
Yeah, and that stuff is like those are big purchases.
Yeah, so
those are
it's,
big purchases.
it's like it's only got 2 items, but it's expensive. So like
Very much so, yeah.
oh, we
It's-
know that.
you
We
know,
know that.
Yeah.
That
we
pain.
know that, yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Long story
Brutal.
short, I recently just found out that my 7-year-old computer, like you just said, I need a new motherboard, which means that I now need to replace everything. And it's like it'll still be cheaper than buying a brand new computer pre-made, but that doesn't mean it's still not expensive.
Yeah.
You know, like
Expensive.
still very like, oh, that's a lot more money than I wanted to spend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm super frugal, and like seeing large amounts leave my bank account. You know what? Actually, I treated us to. I can tell this story because
Sure.
I'm over it now. I treated us to McDonald's a couple of days ago.
What a treat.
And I was like, Cam, like, go ahead and get something for yourself. Go ahead and get something at McDonald's. And he was like, can I get a sausage egg McMuffin? And I was like, perfect. And he was like, and a junior chicken? And I was like, and a junior chicken?
It's $2.
What do you think I'm made of money? What is the matter with you?
My thing was cheaper than yours.
I like Dad, I tell you to get something. Listen, you get the dollar menu like a polite person.
That is the dollar. It's a junior. You're acting like I went and like, can I get a double, triple quarter pounder?
Yeah.
Extra mac sauce, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he like got that and like coffee, and I was like,
pickles.
Yeah.
So I'm like super frugal. So I was like fingers crossed. I was like, I know I'm being stupid, but please God, if these computer parts can cost like $1,000 like on the net, like 1000 on the head, that would be so great. That would be the best, but of course it's not.
No, it's a little bit more. But
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, it's also like what also doesn't help that like, and I'm sure you guys ran into this as well, but there's a huge parts shortage right now. And like getting
Yes.
anything computer related is like
Yeah.
a total chore.
Because everybody's building
Yes.
computers while they're stuck at home.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, everyone's streaming, everyone's webcamming, you know.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
crazy. Like I was just looking at GPUs just because you know, just because why not? And
'Cause they're fun to look
like,
at,
They're
totally.
listed for like twice as much that they're actually worth. It's
Ugh.
crazy.
That's like a heart attack.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
and that
you
really
know,
irks me too.
We don't need a new GPU, so we're golden. It's just one of those things that's like, well, we have this crazy CPU now. It would be cool. So I'm just like doing research and shopping around and stuff. But
Yeah.
you know, it would be a terrible time to do it.
Oh, absolutely. Excuse me, absolutely. Just because, like, it really irks me when people who will go out of the way be like, I'm going to buy 4 of these graphics cards, save one of them, and then sell the other 3 for 3 times more than what I purchased.
Yep.
And it's like,
Yep.
I'm going to choke you.
Yeah.
Like, that's so
Yeah.
rude.
Yeah.
I don't like that,
That
man.
is rude. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
some serious scumbaggery.
Yes.
Yeah.
To do that.
Super mean.
Actually, it's kind of funny. I kind of bring this full circle. So Sam had mentioned my crippling problem with Funko Pops, and I did. I had way too many. I used to work at an EB Games, which is a Canadian GameStop. Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
GameStop. Same
Uh-huh.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we had EV games.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. But long story short, for anyone who's been inside of a GameStop or EB Games, you know that they have like the wall, right? The wall of Funko Pops that like can take up an immense amount of space. And then
Yes.
with my employee discount and like getting into it, I was like, oh, this is cool. I'll buy this, that, and there. But the thing that got me out of Funko Pops was dealing with the people who would come in and be like, did you get the limited edition Mary Janes?
Yeah.
Can I have 5?
Yeah.
God.
And like, but then like they would leave
Oh,
and then call
Jesus.
and then like leave and come back and call and like be rude. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I want no part.
Yeah.
I want no
Yeah.
part of this world.
Well, because
anymore.
they like the GPU people, they wanted to turn around and like sell them. Like they wanted to buy them all for like $20 each or whatever you
Exactly.
pay for them, and then
The
turn around and sell them for like
$14.99, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Scalpers.
yeah, it's just
Terrible.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
scalpers, dude.
Yeah, man.
Get
some
out. Get
I
out
know.
of here.
stuff. Get on out.
Get out.
leave
Put them in
the
timeout.
premises.
yes.
Yeah.
Leave the world, please.
Put them in timeout, please, God.
But we jumped on this conversation starting about Cat's trading cards, and I just really want to reiterate. I think that is the coolest thing ever. Like what an awesome way to have interaction with your community.
Yeah.
And also just like something to get excited about. It's cool to like open up a card and be like, can
Yeah.
I remember what I wanted to ask. Now, if this is like a
Yeah.
trade secret, like hard
Oh,
no, it's okay.
Ask
Say
it,
no.
Ask it.
What's the rarest card?
The rarest card. That's hard to say because there's rare and then there's ultra rare cards.
Yeah.
So
There aren't too
There
many.
aren't too many
ultra-rare.
ultra rare
I could
cards.
bring up the batch keys. that
yeah, we have batch keys, but it's only like a handful of ultra rare cards because I print them once and like I pretty much never print them again.
Right.
So only one person can have like a certain like Amnesiac Henrik card is like an ultra rare card.
Oh,
Right.
so cool.
Cheeseburger Joe.
Cheeseburger Joe or like the Orca is like an ultra rare card.
okay.
awesome.
Okay.
So only
So
one
there's
person
one.
can. Yeah. So
You get one.
You get one and
that's it.
Yep. That's right.
So if
That
y'all
is
want to
so
trade
cool.
around for it and do a bunch of stuff, you want to unload a few of your rares for one of those ultras,
yeah.
go for it. But so yeah, it's really cool. Like this is the trading card idea was something. It's kind of a somewhat similar story to me, like with me and streaming.
Mm-hmm.
That Kat wanted to do it for years.
Yeah. Like first started developing it like in 2016 as just
Uh-huh.
like a passion project, and then like picked it up again when stream started. I was like, I would love to share this with our friends, you know.
And got to kind of fulfill that like thing that she wanted to do from so long ago, and it's
Yeah.
like now we have this huge
Like a reason to do
community
it. A
around it.
reason to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
Well, I
cool.
think it's so cool. And like when I learned that it was like a system that worked, because I have such a hamster brain, I can't get any. It is a brilliant day, and I'm failing at it now. So like I think I'm done. But I can barely string a sentence together, right? Like without like another thought like impeding on the original thought. So the fact that you like came up with an entire trading card system, something that takes like a team of people most days, and it works, and like there's these levels to it,
And it's
of,
this
like
cool
common
niche
to ultra
thing. Like
rare.
it's like I love that it's themed around Nancy Drew because
Yeah.
as I've learned, like small non sequitur. When Sam and I first started dating, I was like, I'm really into video games. She's like, oh, I like movies, like, and I like video games too. Thinking that she plays like
Games.
games. I quickly found out that she likes the Nancy Drew video games.
Yes.
And that is it.
It's like that and like Sims Herbs and Sims busting out for the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
And like that's my
Yep.
that's my game lexicon.
But with that being said,
yeah.
like finding out about the Nancy Drew games, like and having it's such a rich community of people who
Yes.
love those games. They're so
Yeah.
important.
Yes.
And I think the trading cards sitting around these like wacky characters is such a good idea.
Yeah.
Like-
Like I say,
Thank
I
you.
can't
Thank
fucking
you.
believe Her Interactive didn't think of it themselves.
Yeah.
They really should have, and they
Yeah.
They should be
dropped
hiring
bombs.
you.
Yeah.
You saved the company.
Like, they should just listen to their fans because their fans have such wonderful ideas. And they're just
Yeah.
like, they're like, no, we're gonna do something terrible that y'all don't want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I read like a fan made game concept on Tumblr that was centered around ABBA. So like somebody was like
Like the
threatening the band ABBA.
Oh, okay.
And you had to like go around and find out like who was trying to kill one of the members of ABBA. And they were like, I chose ABBA because like ABBA is great. And they were like an ABBA fan. You know how
Sure,
people
sure,
are fans
okay.
of ABBA,
Yeah, yeah.
the band.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. But
What a random ass pick for a band. You know, like of
Man,
all
people
the
love
bands.
ABBA. I actually know like
Dude,
3 people who are like
diehard
diehard
ABBA
ABBA
fans?
fans,
Wow.
and they were like, "Yeah, I will
know-
go to an ABBA concert like tomorrow if it wasn't if we weren't in a panorama." So like,
You know who
panorama.
loves? You know who loves ABBA? Swedish people.
yeah,
They
Swedish.
fucking
Yeah.
love
Swedish.
ABBA.
Yeah.
The Swedish
ABBA is
Dancing
like
Queen.
ABBA is like the Swedish Bruce Springsteen or like the Swedish Celine Dion because we're Canadian. So like or like
Right.
Tragically Hip, I guess, because Tragically Hip
Yeah.
is Canada's
No,
band.
yeah.
ABBA is Sweden's band.
You know what?
They're so proud of
not a
ABBA.
bad band. Not
No.
a bad band.
No.
Mamma Mia, pretty good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Dancing Queen
Oh, yeah.
slaps pretty hard.
I
Dancing
like that
Queen.
song.
Yeah.
can get
But yeah,
down
no,
with
they
that,
like
yeah.
came up with this whole
Seriously.
like they came up with like perps and like clues and a storyline and like people in their circle who may have potentially wanted to, like there was like the crazy fan club president and like the manager who had recently like wanted a raise and didn't get one, and maybe that was why. And I'm like, this is so, and Midnight Salem had come out and I was like, this is a real Nancy Drew game. I haven't even finished Midnight
Yeah.
in Salem because I bought it for my Mac and my Mac hates it. But
Yeah.
I was like, whatever the fuck Midnight in Salem was trying to be, like, is so not a Nancy Drew game, and like the essence of what the games are about.
Is
And this
lost.
like
Yeah.
person sitting on a computer somewhere in like middle America just like came up with this, and it's just gonna sit on Tumblr and do nothing. Like, I'm mad. I was
Yeah.
actually mad, so it's like, this is really good. I don't even like ABBA that much. I pretty
it's
much
awesome,
I know,
pretty much
right?
like their hits. Yeah. Yeah, like I'll listen to Dancing Queen in like a bar or something, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to like listen to an ABBA album.
Have you
I
listened to
couldn't
the new
tell you.
ABBA album?
Literally never.
Like, that's funny though.
I've never
that-
chosen to listen to ABBA. I've listened to them, but I've never made the choice to listen to ABBA.
That's funny though that a fanfic Nancy Drew game about ABBA
Yeah.
is way better than an actual Nancy Drew game.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's the case for a lot of things, though. I mean, like they have so much like fanfic around something, for instance, like Star Wars, and then they come out with the new trilogy, and it's like, you know, it's okay, but
It's like kind of a snore at the end.
Yeah.
and like there's a lot of, you know, not to say that Her Interactive hasn't absolutely dropped the ball. I mean, they clearly, if you want to look at their most recent game, you can tell that there was no development direction planned. Like,
No.
No.
it seems like things were started and then abandoned, and
Well,
it's
because
like
they
all over
fired
the
their
game.
entire team of people.
Well, you
Yeah.
can see it
and
because
then like sent it out to piece by piece to like all these outside companies
Yeah.
to finish, and it's just like this mishmash of like, what is this?
it's a game that looks like it. Like the graphics look like a modern day game, but the actual mechanics and the story and everything, it plays like a game from like 2001.
Yes.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
It
You're
plays
right.
like a game that, you know, a 20-year-old game,
Oh yeah.
just with a fancy newer graphics.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
it. So,
Totally.
you know, there was a lot that they could have learned from the process, and I mean, even the game preceding it, like Sea of Darkness, has a ton of things that made the earlier games good. It looked like they were kind of on the right path, but
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. I definitely
God,
felt
who-
that way.
Who fucking knows?
I know.
Who knows?
I mean,
what
game
happened
development
here?
seems like a tumultuous, very uncertain thing,
Yeah.
from what I understand.
Yes.
But,
the
like,
very little that I understand.
It doesn't help that like the secrecy behind the games and how like Her Interactive used to be so like, pardon my pun, but like
Transparent,
interactive
yeah.
with their
Yeah.
fan base, you know, and it was like they had all of this outreach and people felt really connected to this company.
Yes.
And then like it seems like overnight the connection just got severed. And then
Yes.
people went away. People that we knew worked for the company, like Little Jackalope, their like intern or whatever, like she kind of like faded away
Disappeared,
slowly, and Lonnie Manella got fired, and like
I know,
Yeah.
I know you said who you said, but I straight up thought you said Liza Minnelli, and I was like,
Liza
what?
Minnelli got fired.
can't check that off yet.
Amazing.
But yeah, no, it just like went away really quickly, and it because it had such a like a diehard cult following, people are mad.
Of course.
People
Yeah.
got mad.
Yeah.
And took it super personally. I took it super personally, and it's just sad.
I did.
Well, I mean,
I
like,
definitely did too.
Yeah.
if I could put on my like armchair game dev hat for a second here,
Right.
what I think is, and we've had this conversation before, but I'd love to
Yeah.
hear what everyone thinks. Like, I think with how niche Nancy Drew is, they have a really unique opportunity to make it into something bigger than it's ever been
Yeah.
by applying some more modern game sensibilities. Like, I think the direction they went with Midnight in Salem, like Darren mentioned, is confused.
Yeah.
Because you have the presentation, which is like a little bit quote unquote better, but then the game design is still quite old.
Like the way that it plays.
The way that it plays.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like if they were to go in a direction where it was like still a mystery, but maybe you get to like walk around and explore environments a little bit more, and like finding clues isn't a matter of clicking on a still image, but like finding them, you know, like looking and searching and finding them.
Yeah.
Like, I think that that's a direction that'll be reminiscent of what people liked about the old games, but also new enough to introduce more people into
Yeah.
wanting to play the games.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I mean, like,
Yes.
email them, because that's what literally everybody wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you could tell by the way the game plays that it was designed to be a WASD movement game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can tell that you're supposed to be able to travel through the room, and then that's like one of the things that it looks like they just abandoned. And instead,
No,
it's
yeah.
point and click, and you like swoop
You zoom.
into the,
Oh,
and
so you like
click like a magnet to the next point, and it's like you feel
Yeah.
like nauseous.
Dude,
Yeah.
there's one thing we've only played the game as it once or twice now.
We played it 1.5 times.
1.5. We abandoned it.
We abandoned it the second time because we just like we're like we're not having fun playing this.
Keep in
Yeah.
mind, we've
Yeah.
played like every game, well, at least the first half of all the games, like 3 times on stream,
On stream,
now.
yeah.
At least twice, and that one we couldn't finish the second time.
Yeah.
That one in Shattered Medallion. But there's one
Shattered
like in the
Medallion,
I
yes.
forget whose house it is, but you travel like 40 feet
From one room
click.
to the
Oh
other
my
room,
God.
and you're like,
You're like on the opposite side of the
Yeah.
house, and
like the
it's instant.
Heelys, the Heelys.
Yeah, but like as fast as the DC's the Flash, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shoo.
Yeah.
that's amazing. I'm like, what's over there?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't know if you guys had this experience, but like
Oh my god.
the house that burns down in that game, I got like stuck in a corner at
Oh,
one
really?
point. It was like impossible to
Yes.
maneuver. I was like,
Yes.
where do I go from here? Because like literally like there was like I went to like the burnt area of the house and I was like
Yes.
on the edge and the game wouldn't let me go anywhere because obviously like
Well-
it's like take a step further and the floorboards come out
I think
from
the
underneath.
same thing
Imagine
happened to
in
us.
real life, you're like,
Yes.
Help!
Yes.
Help!
Yes. I was literally like
Imagine
video game
having that
character
wrong.
like walking into the
Oh,
into
yeah.
a corner with purpose, like just kind of going. And I was like, this fucking sucks. This
Yeah.
is the Unity
That's-
engine
yeah.
experience that I was promised.
yeah.
Like
They made
fuck
Cuphead
this.
in this?
Futuristic.
Come on.
They made Cuphead in this.
Amazing.
Yeah, 100%. So it was just disappointing.
That's a shame. You know what
Yeah.
though? I'm down but not out. I'm sure they can bring her back. Hopefully.
Thank you for being optimistic because you know how important this is to me, but I think I worry.
I let it go. I
Yeah.
let it go a while ago.
Yeah.
So that's
It's
why
kind of
we
like-
alternate off the Nancy Drew stuff though, because like, you know, as much as we like enjoy, especially the older games, like
Yeah.
to get that palate cleanser of playing something like a LA Noire or
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
a Heavy Rain or something.
Mhm.
It's nice to have that change of pace because it does have like you said, Cam. It's like it plays like an older game style, but just
Yeah.
like point and click in general.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's not like a standard like adventure game, so it is. It's nice to like have that alternating where
Yeah.
you're kind of like
Yeah.
Change it up.
they're all so different, but
Bit of an old, bit of the new kind of thing.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think that they can salvage it. Like there's plenty of cool stories to be told. Like there's a reason detective stories have been around for
Yeah.
damn ever.
And they have so much source material to use, like all
Yeah.
the books, like
Yes.
hundreds
Mhm.
and hundreds of books to look
Yeah.
through, like they did with the other games,
Mhm.
So
Well, you know what?
Like that whole the new Nancy, she's got some like really suspect deliveries,
like very
all
stunted.
over-
Yeah.
Oh no
all over
way.
the place. I don't know if that's her or like
The direction. It could be the
I don't
direction.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they didn't
Yeah.
get a good
Cam, you
take.
do voice acting, right? Like,
Yeah. The new Nancy, she's like been a voice actor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like she's a not that Lonnie Manel's not a professional voice actor. She's I don't know if you've ever actually looked at her IMDb page, but she's in
everything.
stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was
Skyrim,
in like Amnesia.
Yeah,
Skyrim.
No way.
Yeah. No,
Oh, that is
she's
so cool.
in stuff.
She's in everything.
She's in like hundreds of projects. It's crazy.
Wow.
She has an incredible range. Yeah, but
it's
go on.
incredible. I remember I was telling an ex-boyfriend of mine who was a huge fan of the Amnesia games, and I was like, I was like scrolling through Lonnie Manella's IMDb page, and she was this character in Amnesia, and he was like, that character gets like raped and murdered as a little girl. And I was like,
okay.
So not Nancy.
yeah.
No, very not Nancy.
No, very not Nancy. But one thing I'm dying to know, because I so rarely get to talk to other Nancy Drew fans. I know a couple. I actually know a couple in real life. But one thing I always love to ask is what was the story behind you getting your first Nancy Drew game?
Oh, okay. Yeah. My dad bought it for me when I was like 7 years old. He bought me Ghost Dogs of the Moon Lake, and we played it together. And it's like one of my favorite memories of him, and that's his favorite game too. So we just have some good childhood memories.
So cute.
Yeah,
That's
it
a great
is cute.
Game.
It's a
That's
cutesy
a great
story
game too.
Yeah.
Did he just like
stuff
pick
like
it up
that.
and was like, I don't know, try this?
Yeah.
Like,
Those are weird. Go
would
to
you
Woodman.
like to try this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like for Christmas or my birthday one year. It was like, I don't know, like you've read Nancy Drew before, right? And then like I put it in and I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. Like, it's so scary, you know?
Yeah.
And the whole time I was just like, Dad, I need help. And like, eventually he just kept playing with me because he got into it too.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that.
Well, that's what I love about
Me
the
too.
Nancy Drew games too. And like, this is why I always ask this question, because it seems like almost every single person who interacts with these games, it's so, what's the word?
Personable.
Kate Beckinsale's in a movie. Serendipitous. It's so serendipitous.
Yes.
It's like just right place, right time. Like fate kind of like brought it to you.
You fall into it.
Yeah, and you just fall
It's
into
No
it.
one
and
gets
then
into.
it's
No,
like-
everybody falls into Nancy Drew, right? And before you
Yes,
know it,
it's
it's your
true.
life.
Yeah.
It's true.
Because like
And it's
my
always
first,
like, wholesome. It's very
Yeah.
wholesome.
yeah, because like my first Nancy Drew game was at a Scholastic book fair. So like I knew as a kid that my mom had told me that when she was a little girl she read Nancy Drew books and that they were still around. And I was like, I saw it at the book fair and I was like, Mom, look, like they made a game out of like the books that you read when you were a little girl. Maybe we could play them together. And like my mom,
So cute.
my mom was a busy woman. She had no time. And she also, she works on a computer all day. And the last thing she ever wanted to do was like look at a computer. It's funny because like the story has evolved because it used to be like my mom didn't want to play games with me. And then I grew up and realized what like having a job was like. And I was like, oh, she was tired.
Yeah.
Like she just like didn't have, she like,
She's real tired.
yeah. And like while she and my dad were married, she was basically like a single income parent. Like she brought in like all of the money.
Yeah,
So
your mom's a badass.
yeah, so she just like didn't have the time to. So I was just like, well, I can't wait for her to like play it with me. So put it in and like play it myself. And I just like fell in love with it and like just got obsessed and like played them all. And it's just like, it's so just like, what's this? Put it into your computer. Oh, this is going to be a part of my personality now. Like,
Forever. Yeah.
This is my life now.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
then Dare,
people,
did you
like-
fall in love with them because
yeah.
of Kat or did you know about them beforehand?
Yes.
So we, so Kat and I, when we started dating, I had like this really old fucking tube TV
Yeah.
in my bedroom, and
We'd play like games on it, like on this shitty little
Yeah.
tube TV.
I remember I was playing Resident Evil 4, and
Classic.
there was like the underwater boss,
And you
like
couldn't
you have to
beat
take the
it.
boat
Yeah.
across, and I died like a couple times, and I was like, "Can you fucking do this? Like, give it a whirl."
First try.
And then yeah, she beats it first try naturally.
Amazing.
Um, and
I
then so that
remember
was
that.
like the first time we had like really played a game together.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Yo, I play these Nancy Drew games," and
Yo, everybody makes fun of them before they play them, and then they play
I was
them.
talking that shit.
Yeah, you talk that shit, and then you play a Nancy Drew game, and you're like,
And I played
oh,
Curse of
Yeah.
Blackmore Manor.
yeah.
Sick.
And
Which is your favorite, right?
in the
Blackmore
beginning-
Manor?
Yeah, that is my favorite
Yeah.
still, which is probably not a coincidence.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the beginning of the game, I was like, this is so dumb. And then like I got to the first puzzle, and I was like,
just sucked in.
completely zoned into the game.
And then it became like we would wait for the release of the next games together. And like I have this one memory. It was the Captive Curse, and we.
The Captive Curse.
Yeah, it was really, really late at night, and I was falling asleep. And he was like, "You're not. What? Are you kidding me? You're not gonna help me with this puzzle?" And he's like, what was
the
it?
fucking book in
like
the bag
you're
or whatever.
Stacking
or you're stacking
things in her bag,
Oh,
but you have
yeah.
to be quiet. And he was doing that for like hours, and I was like, "I'm going to bed." And he's like, "What? No, we waited for this." Like he's so into it.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
That's dedication,
Like,
man.
how
That's
dare sweat.
Yeah.
3:00 in the morning. Like, stack these books.
So like for context, Cam, like because Cam hasn't played the Captive Curse yet, but there's this like there's this old woman in Captive Curse, and you have to like get her like basically knock her out with Black Forest cake and root through her bag because there's a clue in her bag, but you have to do it quietly so you don't wake her up.
Right.
And you have to. The puzzle is like rearranging things in her bag so that you don't wake up Renata from her
There was,
Black Forest cake slumber.
There was something like that in we had to organize books on like a shelf.
Oh, Danger on Deception Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just like, well, it didn't matter how much noise you made. You just had to like put
order-
them back so that they all fit in the box.
I mean, noise or not,
perfectly.
that shit took us like half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one.
In
that,
this
that
one,
took
you
a while.
drop a pencil, and it's like
And she wakes up.
a bomb went off, and she
Yeah.
wakes
Oh, no.
up.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's great. Actually, I should get you to play Captive Curse. That's a good game.
I want to play more Nancy Drew
That's
games.
one of the good
I've
newer
I've always
games.
said it because I mean, like you guys, like you both just said, like when you was I had heard of them before, like you had expressed your interest in them, and I was like, oh yeah, like I remember those being kind of kooky and fun, and then like.
Yeah.
What I didn't expect was how easily invested one can get when you play these games. And we
Yes.
played Shadow Ranch for our channel.
Yes.
And by like episode 3, when something would happen, I'd be like, "What? But
Yeah.
that lines up with
Yeah.
but you know."
And I'd be like, so this is a good part to stop the video at. And you were like, what?
I want to keep playing.
Well, then maybe we can do that this afternoon after I make key lime pie.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Play a little Nancy Drew, I
Ooh.
guess.
Sounds good.
I want to put a little coin in my hat. No spoilers, of course, because I know the whole thing with Nancy Drew is that you don't want to spoil
You never
the
spoil
fun.
the
You know,
culprit.
I don't want someone to listen to this
Yeah.
podcast and then be like, "Oh, that's what that happens." But episode 2 or 3 of our playthrough, I called the bad guy in Shadow Ranch,
Yes.
and
I love it.
Sam like navigated me away.
I gaslit him. I gaslit
Yes.
him into not believing
Oh, I
it.
do the same thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
same thing.
Gaslighting. Gaslighting's not a real thing. You made that up.
Oh my god.
Did I? Did I? Maybe I did.
Yeah.
Maybe I did.
I don't know.
Oh my
I think
God,
I did.
yeah.
I did.
I think you did. I think
Yeah.
you did. Okay.
Yeah.
You made that up.
So
That's
we
not a real
mutually
thing.
agree that I made that up.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Scary.
But yeah. So where do you guys see Dubblebubz going? Like, do you want to like be like the biggest streamers in the world, or do you want to like have your little community and just like keep it, you know, keep it this like nice little corner of the internet that you like talk to?
Very wholesome corner. Yeah.
There are pros and cons of like everything, you know.
Totally.
But there are so many great things about having a close knit community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Like the entire goal of our channel's always kind of been to just like have it feel like you're hanging out with your friends in your
Yes.
living room,
Yeah.
and like you're all kind of sat on the couch while we're playing a game.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of always been the idea, and that's with engagement being like our favorite thing, like talking to these people and getting to know them, and like Cal is like. I know so much about Cal's life, and I love that. That's like my favorite thing. So I mean, if there's a bunch more people that want to hop in and do that, like cool.
Yeah.
And, obviously, like it's good to see it grow. Like it's good to see our community
of
grow
course we
because
wanna
like
grow,
also
yeah.
everybody's so supportive of each other.
Yeah.
So it's not like we don't want more people, but it's not also something that we're really like pushing towards. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
like if all of a sudden we exploded one day, I don't know how I would take it. Like
Mhm.
that would be cool, I guess. And then like Kat said, there would be pros and cons to it. But yeah, the goal isn't to like have some video game empire. Like
Right.
Right.
we only do it
couple times
a week.
Yeah.
So it's like a hobby for us, but we take pride in it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Of course.
not to speak for you, but like,
Definitely.
I enjoy doing it so much, and I just enjoy like the people in our community above all else. So like, yeah, if it gets bigger, that's one of those things. I would love it. I think it'd be cool, but also it's not like that's not the goal. The goal isn't to just like be some huge Twitch streamer. The goal is to continue to make people laugh and
spread positivity. You know.
There you go.
Yeah, it's really easy to find negative shit on the internet. A bunch of negative people complaining about everything. Diagnosing problems left and right. Yeah. It's like we don't do any of that shit. We just want to hang out on our couch and play our game and have our fun. Like that's you know.
Exactly.
Sorry, that was a really long-winded answer.
But I think it's amazing because you guys have been doing this for almost 2 years and you've had like a really amazing growth, and like you have this like I only personally just joined the Dubblebubz Discord, but it's this beautiful place. It's so wholesome and fun, and everyone is all friends and everyone's so friendly.
And even if you guys don't have the time to check in, other people be like, hey, you know, at like noon, 1 o'clock, someone else will be like, hey, how's everybody's day going? How are we doing? How are we feeling? And it's just like, it really is just a nice corner of the internet where it's like a break from everything else. And I famously went on, someone paid for a rant to talk about how nice you guys were, and I had no problem going over the 2-minute time limit for my rants. When
I was actually sort of afraid that maybe this episode would have just been the whole rant. For an hour.
The Zack Snyder cut of the Dubblebubz rant.
Snyder cut.
The Snyder cut. Just go off. I mean, I could, but no, I definitely I just wanted to get to know you guys better. Every time we talk, like here and there, it's just like the best interaction. And even like planning out when we were gonna do this podcast, we got to video chat with you guys for a while, and it was nice. And you know, if we weren't currently in a Panasonic, then I would be crossing that border and finding out where you live and asking you out for a drink. And, just hanging out and stuff.
Well, you need to find a better way to frame that. I'd be finding out where you live and going to your house and breaking in your car,
on your door and
stealing your loose change.
Asking you what your social security number was. No, but I just really like you guys, and every interaction I've had with you is positive. And
exactly.
I was never one for internet friendships growing up.
Me neither.
I always thought it was a valid form of friendship that saves people, and I definitely have friends who have internet friends, and they're real friendships, but I just never connected with anybody over the internet well enough to call them friends. But obviously this Panda Express has made it so that we kind of have to do that more than anything.
New and fun P words, eh?
I love it.
And no, but Twitch has been a beautiful experience for that, and then meeting you guys, and not just you guys, but all of the beautiful people that you know in your community has been that. And
we're very like-minded in that. We want a similar feeling to you guys have, which is just two people hanging out with your friends, you know, making jokes, hanging out. Obviously, like you guys said, we'd all like to grow, but it's funny. I almost want to if it's possible to grow to a certain point where it's okay, we're making half decent money and we have cool people who follow us, but we can also still talk to people, you know, we don't lose that community aspect. 'Cause I think that you know, I also don't think this is going to happen, but if we all of a sudden had 2 million followers on Twitch, the biggest thing I would miss is logging on and talking to people, because I don't want to just talk to a sea of a chat. You know?
That's just going, That's the con, the one,
right?
You know, the pros and cons that I was talking about for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, to, you know, again, not to speak for Kat, but I know we feel the same exact way about you guys. We when Cal introduced us, we were like, yo, this is looking in some fucking crazy Canadian mirror. Dude.
Yeah. Such the same energy and the same
that same big dick energy coming from you guys. But seriously, just that same vibe of we're, you know, we'll be raunchy and make dirty jokes, but it's
say
all
what you want,
it's all love, it's all positive vibes and stuff.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and you guys are fucking funny. So
Yeah.
it's like
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
it's been really cool to get to know you guys. But I totally like feel that I obviously I have a day job. I have to work doing other shit that's not as fun as
Yeah.
streaming.
Uh-huh.
So it would be cool to have this as like a primary thing.
Totally.
But yeah, it would be weird to not
bigger,
like,
but
to
not
get to
too
know
big.
these
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
well. Like that would be a bummer to have a bunch of people come in and then like you never get to know anything about them.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
suck.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I think about like an example I always use is like Pokimane, which I think she's the number one on the platform at the moment.
Yeah.
And like when she
Yeah.
logs on, like I don't necessarily watch her streams or anything, but like she walks on and I see her chat going and people are like, "We love you, we love you, we love you," and it's like,
Yeah.
like I'm sure that must feel nice, but like you don't know who these people are, like and you miss out on that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beautiful part
Yeah.
of being like people in our position, where it's like, we have a couple hundred followers here and there, but like it's people who we get to know.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Yeah.
so wholesome, and it's been amazing during this,
Yeah.
panorama.
I like to think of it as like Pokimane is like Walmart and we are like the Ma and Pa shop that
I'm sure
Yes.
she'd
go
love
to.
that comparison.
But like no, seriously, like
It's true though.
Like,
It kind of is though.
it's
isn't it?
true. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like
I
when
mean, she
people go
takes
into-
advantage of young men for free labor, basically.
Yeah.
So
Good
and,
point.
you know,
pretty
like
much the same thing.
when you support Pokimane and when you like donate to her channel, it's like yes, you do help an independent entertainer keep her business going.
And it really is a business. She has a whole network of people she has to pay for sure.
Exactly. But when our supporters and friends donate to us, you just help us keep a channel going.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like
we're
you're
buskers on the street, and you
you're-
threw $5 into our hat.
No, it's not, because it literally is like a mom pop business when you go in. It's like that this like sign went viral a couple years ago outside of like a family run business that was like, when you shop small business, you get kids, soccer gear, and like
Yeah.
you help fix like broken appliances around the house.
Right.
You like
Yeah.
like you buy like haircuts and school
Yeah.
supplies. But
Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Spider-Man Miles Morales, like
Yeah, like real
yeah.
things.
Fuck is a haircut?
I know.
Tell me about it, man.
Oh my god, these ends are dead.
You can't really see it because of like the background, but like
Yeah.
my hair is like
It's
way
the
too long.
longest it's ever been.
Nice.
Way
since
too
I've met
long.
Cam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Um,
Love it.
But yeah, no, I just love that, like, I love the thought of someone like our friend Pez, just to kind of like go away from Cal a little bit, just like, he's got a family, but every once in a while he like has $5 extra and he'll just like yas it our way and we'll tuck it away and put it
Yeah.
towards. a
He
new
was our first
computer.
sub, actually.
Yeah,
Pez.
exactly.
He was our first sub.
Exactly, and
Nice.
I love that vibe.
Yeah.
Eternally grateful.
Yeah.
Like
That
it
kind of
makes
stuff
me
means
like
so much. Yeah.
with the sub follower relationship, and we talked about this a little bit in terms of like adding options to streams, but like when we unlocked a new emote slot for our tiers, I was so excited because I was like, oh my god, we get to give people more stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
we get to like
Yes.
add to their things that they get.
Yes, more bang for your
Yes.
buck.
Yeah, that is an exciting
Yeah,
like
emotes are so-
milestone. You know what I mean?
Yes. Sorry, by the way, if you hear a screaming
Oh yeah,
bird.
Chief is
Speaking of
he's
emotes.
yelling at us
Chief!
right now.
Oh, Chief.
We went
Because
this
he can
whole
hear us having
podcast and
fun.
didn't mention Chief once. The iconic
Yeah.
Chief. Oh my god,
He's
you're like
very jealous.
17-year-old bird.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
17, just turned 17.
He's so loud.
Yeah, he's very mad because he knows he can hear us having fun and laughing up here.
Oh
and
no.
he's taking it as like a personal attack.
Exactly. It's like, how dare you have fun without me?
Really?
I can
yeah.
hear you.
He's like a 2-year-old, yeah.
Oh, that's adorable though.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Chief.
But yet he's so like I totally can agree with you that like because he's our emote, which is why I thought of it.
Yeah.
Such a cool feeling to all of a sudden have like these new things that you can give to your community. Like it's so
Yeah.
exciting.
You want to provide them
That's-
with stuff, if they're supporting you. It just
Mhm.
feels
Yeah.
good to like give back,
Yeah.
100%.
And that's like we don't we don't do anything personal with any of the stuff, like any of the money comes into our stream, because I'm fortunate that my job makes it so we can kind of like we can pay the bills and we like
hmm
we don't have to worry about too much in that regard. at least like, month to month. So
You hear that, ladies?
Yeah.
Get you a man who provides for you.
Yeah.
Get you a man who can pay your bills and support your Twitch habits. Get you a man
Yeah.
who can support your 17-year-old pet bird that you've had since you were a kid.
Yeah.
Get you a real fucking man like
Goals,
Bear.
ladies.
Yeah.
Goals.
This is what we should be going for. This is the future.
The future.
um
I love it.
but so, like, and it's not it's not me supporting all of that stream stuff. It really is like the awesome people in our community.
Yeah.
Like
For
we
sure.
had to invest in it to get it started, but
Mhm.
at least like how it's been for I guess maybe the past year or so, that like all of the cards, all of the shipping, like our PO box
Yeah.
that we have for all the trades and like all of that stuff is just like the incredible generosity of,
Yeah.
of the bubs
Yeah.
of our people.
Bubs.
Yeah.
But that is super cool. Like it's funny because we have a few people who keep giving to us even though we're like, stop, like, you like,
Save
we
your money.
appreciate it, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
dude, you were too dominant.
Yeah.
We
You are too dominant. I
you're
love
too
it.
dominant.
I know. Okay, so we've been going for an hour and a half, and I could easily go for 2 hours. But I do want to know, where does dominant come from? How did dominant get started?
Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
It comes from an Owen Wilson quote
Okay.
from a movie.
Cool.
It actually came from our original, the alert that came up on stream when we first,
When they sub, right?
yeah, that was our first alert for the sub, and it still is.
You know
Mhm.
how Owen Wilson says "wow" in every movie?
Yeah.
Wow.
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 Well, there's like one movie where he goes, "Wow, you're so dominant," and we just think that's so funny, and we just picked
The
that
Haunting
one.
at Hill House, it's his delivery. It's
Yeah.
just
Wow.
perfect.
Right.
But like that was a thing. Like we were gonna have WoW as like the meme for all of our stuff. So even now we have the anime WoW for people who follow.
Yeah.
So we kind of have like a through line to our alerts where it's all WoW, and
Yeah.
like our subs can say WoW. Like they can make it play on our stream just by like talking in the chat.
Yeah.
But that was we're coming to like came across this amazing. Wow, you're so dominant.
Wow, you're so
And
dominant. It just stuck. It just
fell in
stuck.
love with it. It
It's
was
so
just
funny.
perfect for the meme.
So
Yeah.
dominant.
Just
I
one of
love
those
that.
like audio like things, like audio ticks that just like makes you laugh.
Yeah.
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 That's-
Okay,
It's
I
the
just
way
wanted
he
to know.
says it.
That's super
Wow.
cool.
Because I
So
realized that every
dominant.
time you said it, you like said, because like the first time you said it, I was like, oh, that's a thing that you can say, I guess. And then you said it again, and I was like,
It's a catchphrase.
why are you saying it like that?
I love it though. Like,
Yeah.
So dominant.
Yeah. It's like, They like drop their
you're so
voice a little bit,
dominant.
so dominant.
Yeah.
man.
So thank you, Owen Wilson, for that.
Yeah.
It's just such a weird way to like.
Yeah,
It's just a weird way to thank somebody.
Wow,
you're so,
so
dominant.
Oh.
Like I just fell in love with the meme.
Yeah.
I gotta say, the first
and
time you ever
we
called me
just never let it
dominant
go.
in a stream for like doing something, I felt empowered.
Yeah,
Like, I
it's
did
like,
feel a little
yes.
stronger. I was like, thank you, I
I
needed it.
am dominant.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. She walked over to me and just like grabbed me by the hair, threw me to the ground. Like right
Yeah,
after
I'm
that.
dominant.
Just like picked him up
That
by
sounds
his
like a fun
scruff
night.
and just
Wow.
put him back
Yeah,
down.
grabbed my bun and cut it off. Get a haircut. Actually, I have one more question I want to ask. Just
Okay.
It's a totally innocuous question. You have an orange thing on your shelf back there. Is that Chief's head? Like, it's like a little
Oh,
like.
you want to go get it?
Yeah.
I took Chief's feathers. It's not finished, but I made a portrait of him with his feathers.
Oh, I love that.
He looks so
It's not
regal. Oh my god! And you found like a nice piece of like wood to like unfinished wood to put it on. Oh my god!
Yeah. So I have to finish it, but
So
Kat,
crafty.
That's gorgeous. That's like
thank you.
yeah.
I really love that.
Please open that Etsy shop.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Please open that Etsy shop.
Thank you,
Oh my
thank
god.
you.
But yes. But okay, my friends. We have been talking for an hour and a half, and it has been a wonderful conversation.
Yes.
So I want to
Yes.
thank Kat and Dare, the Dubblebubz, for coming on the
Yes.
podcast and hanging out
Yes.
with us. Thank you so much, you guys.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
Thank you.
having us on. Thank you.
yeah,
But,
seriously,
um,
this is fun.
Yeah.
You guys should start a podcast. It's so easy, I promise.
No, I don't.
We look forward to doing more things with you guys. We're
Yes.
really excited.
Yes,
Really
yes.
excited.
But real quick, where can the good people at home find you all?
Twitch.tv/Dubblebubz, which is DUBBLEBUBZ. What a
B
trash
Z
name.
if
Damn.
you're Canadian.
Dubblebubz.
That was like a
DUBZ.
bar. That was awesome.
Yeah.
D-U-B-B-L-E. Yeah. But yeah.
But yeah, no, they are genuinely like, if you are looking for a nice corner of the internet to take a break from all of the shit going on outside with, you know, the Panama Canal and all of that shit, please, please, please
Do you
go
have these
follow the
prepared?
Dubblebubz.
Do you have a list next to you?
I'm a
love
performer,
it.
darling. I come prepared. If you stay ready, you don't have to
Improvise.
get ready.
Oh my god. But
Okay.
Ew, yeah.
But yeah, no, like, please, they are, if you're looking for a nice little break, they're the loveliest community,
Yes.
and talking to Kat and Dare is the best. And what's even better is that they've rallied people like them. So even if you're not talking to Kat and Dare, you are talking to nice people. It makes you feel good. It warms your heart. It makes your day. It brings out sunshine
What
on
else
a
does it do?
cloudy day. I guess you'd say, what could make me feel this way? Dubblebubz.
you brought that around.
Talking about.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Dubblebubz.
That was beautiful.
But yes, links to their stuff will all be in
Yeah.
the description of this video.
Yeah.
As always, friends, the Chill Spot podcast uploads every Tuesday at 3 p.m. on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere you can find podcasts, as well as YouTube. If you watch us on YouTube, be sure to drop a like and follow the Dubblebubz.
Yes.
If you watch us on a streaming service, well, also follow the Dubblebubz, but please leave a review. You have no idea how much it helps.
Yes.
And thank you guys so much for our cool guests. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
We out.